His MVP. That's one. Right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. One swing. Drive. And it's tied. Seager smashes the ball. Down line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Gone again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
To another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you in the top of the, or bottom of the seventh inning, I should say. Rangers trying to get some runs on the board, down 3-0, offense wasting opportunities. Same old in many ways. Texas in the Bronx tonight for a 3-game set, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Patrick Corbin started the game tonight, pitched well. Rangers have Jacob deGrom going tomorrow, Nate Eovaldi going on Thursday. So two of their best thrown in this series. Tonight, I think Patrick Corbin pitched well enough to win you a ball game. We have just got the usual suspects, the entire 1 through 9 at this point. Rangers a couple innings ago, 6th inning, waste a big spot with the bases loaded, 1 out. Marcus Semien strikes out. Adolis Garcia was able to get a little blue pit. Semi comes up, strikes out. Jock Peterson strikes out, and that's all she wrote. Oh, my goodness. The offense just looking lost. Back in that spot. We thought maybe they turned a corner a little bit against Detroit and then against Colorado, against the Rockies. And then we go play Houston, and it looks pretty much back to normal. And not in a good way. We're going to get into everything here in just a little bit. We're going to talk Bruce Bochy ejection. We're going to talk, like I said, Patrick Corbin, his start. We'll go through the offense a little bit as well. And we'll take all of your comments and questions along the way. Of course, you guys know we don't duck anything. We'll get to it in due time. Everything of substance will play. All right, let's get started, though. First here, Right on Rangers, we cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers, and especially the Rangers during MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Again, drop a comment, drop a question. We will get to it. Got to get something off your chest. You know the drill. And we'll make sure that as the show goes on, everybody's voice is heard. All right. We got to, first of all, talk positives. I got to start with a positive. Let me go in negative. Let me come back positive. Patrick Corbin. I've said this many times, but feels like 2024 Andrew Heaney. Andrew Heaney was the only Texas Ranger in 2024 to not be hurt at some point in the year and go on the IL. And Heendog felt like every start came out and gave you a chance to win. Andrew Heaney had the worst, it felt like, run support in Major League Baseball. And we know that many times it was 2-3-0 when Heendog was pitching. And I got to say, Patrick Corbin feels like an exact carbon copy of what Andrew Heaney gave us last year. Every game is winnable when he pitches. Look, tonight, the box score, a little misleading. He allows a couple of runners to get on early on in that 5th inning. Jacob Webb comes in. Doesn't do terrible. Got a nice strikeout of Aaron Judge. That was great. But does allow some of the inherited base runners to score. Really, 5 innings, a couple earned runs. I think it was 3 to be exact. That is a game. That's a winnable game, I should say. A game that's very winnable. Your starter gives you 5 and only gives up 3. You should be riding a ball game like that. At minimum, it should be you're a run or 2 behind, or you're tied or winning after 5 innings. Patrick Corbin, what a great find by Chris Young. We've said that over and over. Just don't want to take it for granted and don't want it to get lost in a really putrid performance by the offense. Don't want it to get lost. Don't take what Andrew Heaney is doing for granted. Excuse me, Andrew Heaney. Patrick Corbin. Don't take what Corbs is doing for granted because this is impressive. He really didn't get a big-time spring training. He came in late in the game, and he's looked like one of our better pitchers. I mean, look, it's hard because he's in a rotation with Tyler Mahle, Jacob deGrom, Nate Eovaldi, and Jack Leiter. But I would say Corbin, look, I love the Leiter performance on Sunday. I would say in terms of consistency, he's right behind Tyler Mahle. I mean, he's right behind our three-headed monster. I think he's been more consistent than Leiter. I think Leiter obviously has higher upside, but he has 100% been more consistent than Jack Leiter has up to this point. Just don't want Andrew Heaney. I'm telling y'all, I feel literally the exact same way as I felt about Heendog last year that I do for Patrick Corbin this year. But I don't want Patrick Corbin's start tonight to get lost. I just don't. This is a brilliant start from him on the road against a pretty good hitting Yankees team. Yeah, he didn't go 6 innings, didn't get a quality start. He was 1 inning away. The stuff looked good today. There wasn't a lot of hard hit. It was the 1 home run by Ben Rice. Everything else felt like a little bloop falling in. They had multiple of those scoring runs. I got to give Patrick Corbin a lot of credit for how he continues to pitch despite the terrible performances that the offense gives him and run support behind him. Bosley on to pitch right now, by the way. Bottom of the 7th. LeMahieu up to bat right now. We got 7, 8, 9 coming up. All right. I think y'all are going to handle some of the negative stuff for me. Brett Boone going to put the Mariners curse on y'all. Has it been going better since Brett Boone got here, though? I mean, look, I'm not trying to troll. I did tell y'all I felt like Brett Boone, there would be some games where it would look like it was working, and then there's going to be other games where it just doesn't. And this is one of those games, right? Everybody singing Brett Boone's praises, and this isn't a Brett Boone hate rant right now. I actually really like Brett Boone and the energy that he's brought to the dugout, brought to the clubhouse in general, really, as Bosley is going to walk LeMahieu here. So leadoff walk to begin this inning. Would be nice to keep this right at a 3-0 ball game. But look, it's not really Brett Boone's problem at this point. Some of the problems that we have are related to the personnel, are related to the guys that are swinging the bats. I've said that almost the entire season. You can fire Donnie Ecker. You can hire Brett Boone. It's not necessarily going to make a huge, huge difference because you're not working with the same potential as you were in the World Series year. You're just not. You're not working with the same guys. You're not working with a full deck, in my opinion. You've got guys that are regressing. You've got guys that were underperforming since going back to last year. It's not the coach that's the issue. I know a lot of people didn't like the approach the Rangers had with Donnie Ecker. I don't see a lot of guys' approaches dramatically shifting. And I think if you're being honest with yourself, you don't either. Is Adolis Garcia looking like his approach is dramatically shifting right now? I would say no. Does Marcus Semien, does his approach look like a dramatic shift since Brett Boone took over? Again, I would say no. So it goes back to players at the end of the day. Brett Boone, great energy guy, and I think he is probably contributing. They were talking about some of the young guys really latching onto him, and that is exactly what I said. This isn't a Ride on Rangers bat pat session, but I told y'all the young guys, that's who you need to look at to see how impactful Brett Boone is. Judge him on the young guys. Some of these guys that are vets that have been around the game forever, you're not necessarily going to be able to solve all their issues. Bosley's going to get a generous call on Austin Wells here. Home plate umpire, once again, I mean, the Rangers have gotten, I feel like, 5 games in a row now. I felt like every game of the Astros series, there was a bad blue behind home plate. Tonight, the umpire has not been great. Good segue to Bruce Bochy getting ejected. And Bochy was right on the call. I love that he was right. And I know they've got the technology there in the dugout, but Boch 100% right on that play. Yankees are going to try a little bunt to get over the runner to second base, but pop up right to Berger. So quickly 2 down, runner on first base here. Paul Goldschmidt coming up. Yeah, that bunt was literally line drive right at Berger. CY's in the crowd. Brad, I missed that, man. I miss CY being in the crowd. You got to know he's burning up. He's watching his super, what I would call diamond in the rough guy in Patrick Corbin, right? Diamond in the rough. You had really slim pickings in free agency. CY goes out, gets Patrick Corbin. You got to know Chris Young is burning up, sitting in the stands, watching a wasted, not quite quality start, but in my opinion, quality start from Patrick Corbin. Just not good. But Bochy, back to him. It was coming. The ejection, it was a long time in the making, and he picked a good call. It was a borderline pitch, but it was a strike. According to the technology, it was right there on the corner, a painted pitch. Judge, of course, being the hitter that he is going to get calls like that. This home plate umpire has not been great. I feel like I said, the Rangers have gotten jobbed about 5 games in a row here. I would say it was a quality start. Look, he only goes 5 innings. He gets into a little trouble there in the 5th. At that point, he was 5 innings, 2 earned runs. And it's tough. I just still say it over and over again. It's tough when you are constantly pitching like you're playing in October. And I mean, that's a good mentality, but you're constantly pitching on this Rangers pitching rotation. You're constantly pitching like you're in a postseason game where you can't give up a run or the game's over. Bosley, great inning from Boz. I mean, I don't, again, I got to focus on some positives, y'all. Great inning by Bosley there. He had the leadoff walk, but after that, really did a good job and strikes out Goldschmidt there to end the threat in the 7th. On to the 8th. Rangers are going to have, let's see, what do we got coming up here? Is it Haggerty? Or did Haggerty hit last? I don't know. Feels like we're rolling it back over to the top of the order at this point. I think that is right. Top of the order? All right, then. Yeah. Jason, enjoy, man. Enjoy. Look, the Rangers are just in some kind of funk. Officially in the lineup, no more 300 hitters. That's the one thing I was looking at. Josh Smith was kind of holding out there as the one guy in the lineup that had over a 300 average. I think Corey Seager still technically is hitting over 300, but no longer do the Rangers have a 300 hitter. Pop-up, strikeout, pop-up, Big D 51. That's the call, huh? Pop-up, strikeout, pop-up. Let's see. It's top of the order, though. I don't know if I'm going that. If this was like middle of the order, 100%. If it was like Garcia, Semien, Peterson, I'd definitely say you're right. I think Smith, Langford, Young, we might get a little noise out of the top 3 here. What I would love is this. This is the sequence I would love. Are y'all ready for this? We've got Josh Smith walking, Wyatt Langford double down the left field line, 2nd and 3rd. Josh Young, home run. Tie ball game. I'm speaking it into existence right now. I'm speaking it into existence. We got to stay positive. There's like nothing left, y'all. I don't want to get on here and rant every single game. It does seem to get more attention. Unfortunately, that's how it goes in life, right? The negative stuff always gets more light than the positivity. I do my best to have a balance. It is hard in stretches like this where the Rangers offense is just so terrible, man. Aaron, I got to agree with you, bud. Thanks for the comment. Big John, yes, sir. Albert, what's good, man? I hope the baseball gods heard me. The runners in scoring position situation is just tough. I mean, look, you've got your number 4 and number 5 hitter. In this case, number 5 and number 6 hitter with the bases loaded a couple innings ago. You got Marcus Semien going strikeout and then Jock Peterson striking out swinging. Marcus Semien striking out looking. That was just the worst, man. Like, that was just the worst. Seriously. Marcus Semien, I've said it on the lives in the past, y'all. Like, why would you ever throw Marcus Semien an inside pitch? He does not like outside pitches. He's not comfortable with them. In the at bat with the bases loaded, he watched an outside pitch that wasn't even borderline. I mean, that was right there. Watched an outside pitch go right by. Strike 3. I just don't even know why you would even entertain throwing Marcus Semien an inside pitch at this point. Dude loves to pull the ball. It's great. But anything outside, off speed, he's trying to pull and he's rolling over on it. And you can just tell it's not his comfortable spot to try and push the ball to right field. I gotta think that they're highly considering moving Adolis Garcia, moving Marcus Semien out of 4-5. I say that, and then every single game they're back there at 4-5. I don't really understand it. Josh Smith fouling off a bunch here. We're going to keep things locked in on him. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. Thank you so much. Timothy, originally, yes. Timothy, I don't know if you're still hanging out or not, but yes, originally am from Texas. Favorite MLB player, Corey Seager. Elvis Andrus. Hey, there you go. Love Elvis Andrus. Love him. Josh Smith, 2-2 count here. We got Devin Williams in the game, by the way. Bochy was going wild tonight, man. Bochy was not having it tonight. I really, really think it was a long time coming for Bochy to get thrown out. Josh Smith going to pop out. I'm sorry, y'all. It didn't work. I said Josh Smith walk, Wyatt Langford double down the line. We didn't quite get there. Let's see if we can still get the double down the line and the home run. I'll take that. Austin, I'm with you, man. What's good, buddy? The trash umps, man. 5 games in a row. It's just been bad. It's been bad. And it's not the reason we lost tonight. I know that there's going to be people latching onto that. It's not the reason why we lost tonight, but the umpiring has not been good. Harrison, what's good, man? Predictable loss. It is. Whenever Patrick Corbin's pitching, I do kind of subconsciously expect probably a game where he's going to pitch really well and we're going to score like 0 to 2 runs at the most. And sure enough. Wyatt Langford, 2-0 count. Maybe he'll get a little pitch to drive here. Evo and DeGrom give us great starts. We don't have the bullpen arms to keep us in a game. I know. That's why you got to have those guys going like 8 innings. Wyatt's going to swing at not a very advisable pitch. 2-0. You're swinging at a pitch a half a foot above the zone. I don't love that pitch selection. It's kind of been a problem, honestly, all night for the Rangers. Brad, I think you were talking about it. You have a 3-1 count. You have a 2-0 count. Come on now. Pitch selection, man. Why are you swinging at a pitch half a foot above the zone? Ball 3-1 count. 1 out. Rangers down 3-0. Top of the 8th inning. Hey, Pat, what's good, man? I got to agree. Hey, what Harrison said is pretty spot on. It's predictable, man. Patrick Corbin starting. He's going to throw great. We're not going to score any runs. It's about how it goes in every one of Corb's starts. 3-1 pitch. Double down the line. I called it. Josh Smith, what are you doing, dude? Literally double. Did I call double down the left field line before this inning, or did I call it? Double down the left field line right there, baby. Shoot. If only Josh Smith could have walked. Called it. I said Wyatt Langford double down the left field line. Exactly. Doesn't happen often, but it's kind of fun. I got to do that live with y'all here. Hey, let's see if we can get the Young homer. I'll get a little crazy if Young hits a bomb here. I mean, look, it's not to tie the game, unfortunately, but we'll have some fun if Young hits a home run right here. Pitch number 1 coming up from Devin Williams. Low. 1-0 count. Good take. Good take. Yeah, Brad, this is the problem. I mean, and look, and they are in prime RBI spots right now. We're talking about Garcia and Semien. Brad's just saying, look, you got Garcia and Semien coming up. It's just unfortunate. Hopefully they hear us, prove us wrong. 2-0, by the way. Pitch outside. Young being patient here. We might see a home run, y'all. If he can really square one up, get a good pitch to hit here, we might see a little Young bomb. But look, we've said it so many times. The RBI spots find you. Here comes the pitch. Roll over, but foul. 83 mile an hour. Looked like a change up there. I don't know what that was. Sinker, change up, something off speed. 83. So Young is going to be in a 2-1 count here. the RBI spots find you. It doesn't matter if you're hitting fourth or fifth, but look, I'm a math guy at some point. I don't want those guys getting more at bats than Jake Berger at this point. Ball 3 here. 3-1 count. Young, you'd think, is going to get a good pitch to hit here. Look, this is kind of crazy, but if you're the Yankees with a base open here, Wyatt Langford standing on second, and with Garcia and Simeon coming up, do you think about just being careful with Young here? I mean, Young is arguably one of the Rangers' better hitters right now. That's what I'd be thinking. Young, big, healthy hack, man. He wanted that bomb right there. Another little off-speed pitch, 83 on the inner half. And Young is now in a full count, 3-2. See why, Harris, you think is going to get Osuna up? Look, it's not going to shock me. I just don't know how much longer they're going to put up with some of these guys underperforming. Oh, there was the home run pitch. There was the home run pitch. I don't think Josh was expecting it. I think he was sitting on that 83 mile an hour on the inner half, and he got a fastball here. Not quite middle, little bit on the outer half of the plate, and he just couldn't catch up. He wasn't ready for it. You could tell he was thinking that off-speed pitch once more. It's unfortunate, man. Hey, I'm 1 for 3 right now. I'm 1 for 3. Doley up, hits it off the end of the bat. See, this is how you know when a guy is just not completely comfortable. Look, Doley might lock in and hit a bomb here, but that is a center cut pitch right there, right down the middle, and Adolis is fouling it off the end of the bat. Look, I hope he bombs one right here. I don't even care if I have to eat crow. Strike 2, though. Doley swinging. This one, not so good. Probably about a half a foot below the zone. Doley just hasn't looked super comfortable all night. I know he has a hit, but kind of one of those Texas leaguers down the right field side. And it just hasn't looked super comfy all night long. Here's an 0-2 pitch coming up from Devin Williams. Wyatt Langford on second. Doley lays off here. It's going to be a 1-2 pitch. Doley does need some time off, man. I really got to think they're going to be trying to, at minimum, get him a little bit of an off day, maybe over the course of the next couple of days. I don't know. With the injuries, though, like with Evan Carter being down, a lot of these guys are just going to continue to play. If Evan Carter was healthy, I might agree with y'all, but I just don't think so. Young walk, Garcia walk, Simeon backwards K. I could definitely see the Simeon backwards K. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. Yeah, Austin, I'm with you. Look, in my mind, and I'm not just saying this because we're taking the L thus far in this one. In my mind, I said, let's take 2 out of 3. You're not going to go on the road a lot in Yankee Stadium and sweep. You're just not. But with DeGrom pitching tomorrow and with Evo pitching on Thursday, you got to feel really good about the Rangers' chances. Yeah, the offense is doing what it's doing tonight. And look, I don't love the fact that the next 2 days we go up against lefties. The pitch is going to get away here. Wyatt moving up to third. 2-2 count. We got 2s. Let's see if we can get a run. Like, get rid of the goose egg at least. Make this respectable. Yeah, Williams just spiked that one, man. Nothing Austin Wells could do. Nice little bounce right back to Austin Wells. But Wyatt's so fast, doesn't even matter. 2-2 count here. 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. Pat, I'm with you. Like, I really can't either. What's crazy is for all of us longtime Rangers fans, as Doley takes a pitch up, for all of us longtime Rangers fans, like Pat, like myself, like a lot of y'all, I grew up on the Rangers having an incredible offense and just terrible pitching. And look, I was born, late 80s, so I grew up 90s. Watching some of those big-time teams. You're talking about Juan Gonzalez, Pudge, late 90s, grew up with that. And then in the early 2000s, same thing. Rangers had offense. It's like totally flipped the script, man. It really has. Right now, we have this elite pitching staff, and we have like 0 offense. It's crazy. Sam, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Yeah, like, exactly, Justin. Like in the late 90s, that core group, like Greer, Palmeiro, Pudge, Wangon, Like, that's what we grew up on. It just does feel weird as a Rangers fan to be in this era right now where you've got this extremely talented pitching staff and an offense that just can't hit for crap. 14 strikeouts, Michael. It's embarrassing. It really is. And look, this isn't Brett Boone's fault. This isn't Donnie Ecker's fault. We've just got some below average players right now filling lineup spots. It is what it is. I know there's still the contingency of fans out there that are Rangers apologists and are just going to go to the grave defending some of these guys. I just think enough's enough. You had all of 2024 with some of these guys sucking. You've got a month and a half of a sample size, and some of these guys are still terrible. Look, and I know that Dolly wasn't pounding his chest on this, but Dolly was talking 50 bombs in March. Bro, when's the last time Dolly went deep? Maybe it was only a few games ago, but Dolly was talking 50 bombs in March. Dude, we couldn't be further away from that right now. Dolly game log. Let's see. When's the last time he hit a homer? We got to check this out. He hit a home run last on May 14th against Colorado. So that was about 6 days ago. So not as long as I would have thought. Before that, it was May 7th against Boston. Before that, it was a long time ago. It was like middle of April against LA, that walk-off home run. It's crazy. He's hit 2 home runs since that walk-off home run against the Dodgers. That Dodgers walk-off feels like forever ago, man. That Saturday, Fox Sports, Dodgers walk-off feels like forever ago. Season high, by the way, Evan Grant just got his notification on X. Evan Grant says season high 14 strikeouts tonight. Eric, evening, man. What are the Mariners doing tonight? Did you come to commiserate, or are the Mariners actually winning, unlike Texas right now? Oh, my gosh. All right, let's get back to the action here. Bottom of the 8th inning. We're going to keep on taking all y'all's questions and comments. Appreciate all the support, by the way. Everybody that's followed. I see a couple of y'all have followed. If you're watching right now, you haven't followed yet, hey, you kind of see what the vibe is, what the feel is. We just talk baseball. I go live during a lot of the Rangers games. We talk a little bit of everything. Definitely an emphasis on Texas and how the Rangers are doing, but we'll talk whoever they're playing. We'll talk Yankees in this case. Right now, Grisham up to bat. Grisham, I feel like, has been a nice little addition for the Yankees ever since they acquired him. 268 average, 951 OPS from Grisham. That's hard to believe. Aaron Judge is hitting 400 right now, by the way. I would kill just to have one guy hitting over 300 as Grisham serves one into center field. Dude's on a heater right now. Dude is on a little bit of a heater, man. He's 2 for 4 on the night. Here comes Judge. Bosley, by the way, still into pitch. Look, JK, I'm okay with the nibbling. Like, I'm okay with it. I really do think at some point the umpires have got to call it correct. And look, you've got umpires squeezing DeGrom. Like, that's where I draw the line. So you've got one of the best pitchers that's ever played the game in Jacob DeGrom. That's not hyperbole. That's not a hot take. When the dude is healthy and when he has had full seasons, home run. That freaking short porch, man. Freaking short porch in right field. Maybe this is why they have the true home run stack coming out next year. I got to see the information on that. I got to go to Baseball Savant right now. That couldn't have been a home run in but one place, man. What was that? Somebody on Instagram said, thank goodness I'm not betting on them every game like I was last year. Seriously. I'm glad I wasn't betting. I'm not betting on them every game. That'd be painful right now. I would be down probably about $500. I was betting, for those of y'all that don't know, last year I bet 1 cent for every follower that I had. I think I got over 10,000 followers total, like on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, like everything combined. I got over 10,000. So at one point I was betting like over $100 on Rangers games. I think I ended the season down like maybe 800-900, something like that. Like, honestly, you do the math, it was like $6 or $7 a game. Like, not terrible, right? Not horrible when you put it that way, but 800-900, it's 800-900. I'm glad I'm not doing that this year. Seriously. Cody Bellinger up 5-0 Yankees right now. All right, let's get the numbers on this Aaron Judge home run. How many parks was this actually a home run at? I'm going to be shocked if it's more than 5. Like, I will be absolutely shocked if it is more than 5. Seriously. What do we got here? Come on. Let's see. Not finding it. Aaron Judge, home run. It had a 340 XBA, 4 parks would that have been a home run in. That Aaron Judge home run would have been a home run in 4 parks. Which 4? Fenway, Yankee Stadium, Oracle, and George Steinbrenner Field down in Florida where the Yankees played spring training. Everywhere else, not a home run, would have been an out. That ball had a nothing XBA. It's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. 4 out of 30 parks. It's crazy. That sucks, man. It's been that kind of night for Texas. You've had the Yankees score on a couple of little bloops. You've had the Yankees now score on a ball that's probably an out in most ballparks. In our park, that's probably Dolly catching it in the corner. Look, we're not making excuses here. The Rangers' offense has been terrible, and that's why they're going to lose this game. You don't score any runs, you can't win the game. But it's not like the Rangers have been getting hit all over the yard. You feel like the Yankees, look, working hard. They're not sitting up there taking pitches. They're hacking away, and you know what? It's working out for them. Haggerty going back on one. He's going to make the catch. Haggerty, he had a very nice play going back on a ball. I felt like a couple coming in, maybe 1 or 2 of those he could have had a shot at. But, you know, some of those you got to execute perfectly with your read, your first step, your angle. It's tough. But Haggerty had a really nice play going back on one earlier on in the game. It did result in a sacrifice fly that made it 2-0. But nevertheless, that had extra base hit written all over it. We keep going. John, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Zero faith in the offense. It is revolting. The bases left loaded. Ultra modern, I'm with you. It's disgusting. And Judge is definitely on one. Like, that's how good Judge is. Even when he's not, like, hitting it super, super well, it's still going out. And I love Aaron Judge. Think he's a great hitter. Obviously, one of the best hitters in the game. Ben Rice is on one too, man. Dude just hit another line drive. Ben Rice has hit the ball hard tonight. I will definitely give that. Had the home run to lead things off. Ben Rice is definitely having a good game. 100%. Aaron Judge, average up to 403. OPS is 1253. You got to be kidding me. I will take a hitter just over 1,000 OPS right now. Yeah, the New York Yankees, the stadium, man. Look, the short porch. This is why it boggles my mind that Joey Gallo couldn't figure out how to hit in this stadium. Like, y'all remember when Joey Gallo played for us, he would have some monster pop-outs to the track. Like, ball gets hit a mile high, and it lands right at the base of the wall for an out. I thought that dude would hit 50 or 60 bombs playing for the Yankees. That porch is just so short, man. Strikeout king for sure, Justin, 100%. That porch, though, is just crazy short. Caden, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the comment. Look, with Dolly, I do think that Dolly is a potential DFA candidate. Now, I think the Rangers would probably rather trade him than DFA him. Try and get at least some value out of Dolly. As Simeon gloves it, was shading up the middle, steps on second. Rangers going to the top of the 9th here. Dolly, to me, is definitely more of a DFA candidate than Marcus Semien. You're just not going to DFA Marcus Semien. He's making too much money. I've explained this so many times. If you DFA Semien, nobody's going to claim him. He's going to reject the assignment to AAA, and then he's still going to collect his salary from Texas, and he's going to go get to sign with somebody else for league minimum. You're just not going to do that. That would be insane. Nobody's taking on Marcus Semien unless you kick in probably a lot of prospects. Like, I'm serious. You would probably have to kick in Osuna and Rosario and Marcus Semien, and then you would maybe still be paying a little bit of his salary. It would have to be a ridiculous prospect throw-in in order for another team to take on Marcus Semien's salary. Now, JK, they could do that. They could go ahead and sit down Marcus Semien and bench him, but I just don't know if they want to throw it down in that way, for lack of a better expression. Like Semien in the clubhouse, who knows how that would hit? I don't know if they care about that or not. I think they kind of do, because Bruce Bochy has basically said the only reason that Semien and Garcia are still hitting up high in the order is because they don't want to ruin the confidence. They want to keep the confidence high. And that's not a direct quote from Bochy, but I'm basically summarizing. Bochy said, we want to keep the confidence high. And that's kind of the reason they continue to hit 4th and 5th. So look, I appreciate the realness from Bochy. Essentially, there's no factual evidence that points to Marcus Semien and Adolis Garcia hitting 4th and 5th. You have got to move them down in the lineup, and I ultimately think they will. I really do. I don't think that they're going to continue to hit 4th and 5th the rest of the season. I would be very, very surprised. We keep going. Sam, what's good, man? It's already time for a retool. Man, I don't know if we're going to retool. I just think it's too late right now, and there's just limited options. Like in free agency, the only guys you can really go get, like JD Martinez, that's about it. Like in terms of free agents out there. And then in terms of trades, there's not a lot of teams that are going to want to trade at this point. Like, you could send up all of the minor league guys if you wanted to do that. You definitely could. What happened there? That was weird from Marcus Semien. I don't know what happened there. What a weird swing. I got to watch this replay again if they show it. Inside pitch. That was just ugly, man. I don't even know what that was. Did he just get jammed so bad? I don't know if any of y'all are watching this replay. Like, I don't even know what happened there. Looked like he just got jammed so bad that he let go of the bat. I don't know. That's how it's going for Marcus Semien right now. Seriously. That's how it's going for Marcus Semien. Here's Jock Peterson with one out here. Rangers looking to get rid of the goose egg or bring this game mercifully to an end, whichever one you prefer. Is Jock growing the stash right now? Is that what I'm seeing? A little peach fuzz over the top lip? What are we doing here, Jock? It is. We got a little baby stash going. I don't know. Maybe I just am that unobservant. Jock mustache game is not super strong right now. Harris to an end. All right. We're looking to bring this game mercifully to an end at this point. Sam, I don't think we're going to do that. It's just, look, you're right around 500, right? I know it's a frustrating game. And look, I feel you, brother. There are games that I just say blow the whole thing up after it's over. And this is kind of one of those. Honestly, you're losing 5-0. You have had opportunities. In fact, in our Discord chat, for all my paid members and subscribers out there, appreciate all y'all, by the way. I said in the 6th inning, when we had the bases loaded, I said, this is the game. If we do not score here, this is the game. And sure enough, that's exactly what ended up happening. We had bases loaded, 1 out. That was the game right there. I thought to myself, if they don't score here, it's very unlikely they're going to end up winning this ball game. You're just not going to get chances like that. Seriously. Look, hopefully we can return the favor with the shutout tomorrow with Jacob deGrom on the bump. That would be my hope. And Nate Eovaldi. Hopefully y'all saw my Evo video. If you didn't see my Evo video, head over to TikTok, YouTube, whichever you prefer. I put out a video on Nate Eovaldi. A little bit of an Evo origin story, if you will. Of course, Evo pitched for New York back in 2015 and 2016. Pitched with the Marlins before that. and then went to the Rays for a short time before going to the Boston Red Sox, won a World Series with Boston, pitched beautifully against New York when he was a member of the Boston Red Sox. Gotta love that. And then Evo, of course, after his time with the Red Sox was over, signed a contract with the Texas Rangers, and the rest is history. So go check out that Evo video. It might make you feel a little bit better. I think it will. It's nothing but positive stuff. So you need a little pick-me-up, go check out my Evo video on any social media outlet after this. I think it'll make you smile even maybe just a little bit. We keep going. Look, Caden, I'm with you in that you're hitting Marcus Semien in fifth and you're hitting Adolis Garcia fourth. I really don't think there's a whole lot of other options for Bruce Bochy beyond that. Jake Berger looks like thought that was maybe going to find some green grass, but it hangs up for Bellinger. Rangers down to their last out. Down to their last out. Jonah Heim, the final chance. Showing Jacob deGrom. deGrom, by the way, back in New York City as well after pitching in Queens for a number of years to begin his career. Hopefully he has a nice little homecoming tomorrow. Tyler Mahle also being shown right now. Look, you got to feel good with deGrom, Evo, and Mahle pitching back-to-back-to-back. Really ought to be 3 games in a row the Rangers win. You've got Yankees, 2 more games. You've got White Sox then for Tyler Mahle. Rangers really got to reel off 3 in a row here. And I really feel like that's got to happen with the quality of pitchers that we have coming up right now. Jonah Heim taking a pitch up. Yeah, look, Jonah Heim hitting 4 or 5, not the worst idea for me. I probably want Berger cleaning up at this point. Josh Young 3, Berger cleaning up at 4. And when Corey Seager comes back, Josh Young clean up, and then Berger at 5. And then you can have any combination 6 through 9. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a crapshoot at some point, honestly, guys. But when Corey Seager comes back, I'd love Siegs 3, Berger hitting 5th, and then you have Josh Young cleaning up. I think that would be an ideal lineup, especially when you've got a righty, right? Then Jock Peterson maybe hits 6th or 7th. Dolly, Semien, they hit back there somewhere. 2-2-2. Jonah Heim, you're our only hope, buddy. Come on now. Oh, they're already showing the copyright. Oh, no. It's over. When they start showing the copyright before the final out, you know that the end is near. Oh, man. Hamilton, by the way, pitching for the Yankees. Jonah Heim, did you just bomb one out? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Thank you. I'll take it. Like, I'll take it, man. Jonah Heim, let's go. Yes, sir. Finally. Finally, man. I'll take it, y'all. I'm going to take whatever I can get at this point. Jonah Heim, bomb. Right field porch. Uses the short porch. Thank you, Jonah. Thank you. That was kind of a no-doubter. You knew that one was gone when he hit it. Yeah, JK. Right on the money, baby. Right on the money, JK. Well done. Well done. Look, I'll take it, man. It feels like we almost tied the game, honestly, with that offensive outpouring right there. It feels like it's a tie game right now. I mean, I wish I was kidding. I just feel good that we scored some runs. Freaking A, man. What do we got here? Haggerty up. Haggerty, nice little gap shot. Oh, Haggerty with the gap shot. Haggerty, are you going 3? Are you going 3? Let's go. Wouldn't it be wild? Comeback. They come all the way back right now, down to their last strike. We've been dogging them all 9th inning, and then they come back. How sick would that be? 5-2 right now, by the way. Sports Edit, 5-2. Rangers losing. Yanks up. 2 down in the 9th. How sick would that be if we end up tying this thing, man? Look, it's a long shot. I'm definitely not thinking that it's super, super likely. But you know what? We'll take it. Hang on one sec. I'm going to turn on the focus right now. My bad, y'all. I turned on my focus because look, I don't want any spoilers. I don't want any spoilers. Sometimes when I don't have the focus, when I don't have focus on, after the game's over, I'll turn it on so I can update y'all with any news I get Rangers wise. But during the game, all those reporters that are there, they spoil it. So I turned on focus so that way the ending doesn't get spoiled. Please do something before Simeon and Garcia come up. Well, I mean, you just do the math here, JK. That's kind of what's going to have to happen, right? I mean, even if you walk, well, I guess technically you could walk Josh Smith, walk Langford, Josh Young walks, and it's still a 5-3 ball game. And then you got Doley coming up. What I hope is that Josh Smith reaches base and Wyatt Langford ties the game with a homer. That's what I'm hoping for right now. Commercial break right now, y'all. Again, I want to say a special thank you to everybody that's been commenting during the live. I see a bunch of y'all have liked the live. What are we up to? 1,500 likes, something like that. Thank you for sharing, by the way. I see a few of y'all have shared the live. Means a lot. I got some new followers watching right now. That's great, man. Just growing this community a little bit day by day. Appreciate all y'all very much. And look, some of y'all have been watching for a long time. Y'all have heard me plug this a couple of different times. I'm going to keep plugging it every day. So tune out for 30 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But look, as a way to kind of take things to the next level and a way for people to be able to give their support to me and what I'm doing here at the channel, I am offering a very, very small basic membership to the channel, $2.99. Here's what it gets you. We've been doing a Discord chat, a private Discord chat during games, really all hours, just for paid members and paid subscribers. If you're on TikTok right now, you hit that subscribe button right next to the chat box. If you are on YouTube, I'm going to try and put the link in the chat for you guys. Look, $2.99 is $2.99. I totally get that. And I know that there are a lot of different things coming your way in terms of subscriptions. But if you love what we're doing here at Right on Rangers, you appreciate the content, appreciate what we're trying to build here, I would love if you consider it. $2.99 again will get you priority replies in the lives and in the videos as we continue to get bigger and bigger. And like I said, after the show's over, I'll DM you the Discord link, get you in the Discord chat. It's a really good, solid community we've got going. We got a bunch of people in the chat right now on TikTok that have subscribed and know what it's all about. Appreciate all y'all, by the way. Thank you so much for the support. And again, appreciate you considering. That being said, a ton of what we do here is always going to be free. The lives, hanging out, my posts that I do on X and Facebook and Threads during the games and during the off season and during times when we're not playing, all that good stuff. A lot of it stays free. But if you want a small way to give back, hit that subscription button on TikTok right by the chat box. Check out the link right there that I put into YouTube as well and into the Facebook comments. Thanks for considering. Appreciate all y'all. All right, back to the action. Back to the action. Man, I thought that was totally going to be a perfectly timed plug right there, but we still got commercials, I guess. Let me check this out here. Whew, it's a long break, man. Long break. But we'll get back to the action shortly. What else can we talk about, man? Thoughts on Luis Robert? Not hitting well right now. We talk about Robert a lot. Robert, I think, is hitting under 200. And we've already got enough sub 200 guys. I'm just not a big fan of bringing in a guy like that. I think that on paper, like out loud, it sounds nice. I shouldn't even say on paper. The average is, I think, pretty ugly right now, y'all. I'll check it out for you. Maybe I got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a fairly ugly number. Luis Robert hitting 186 right now. I told y'all, like 186. Not good. I thought it'd be higher too when we first started throwing around names, but 186, just not good. Need to pay Jonah. I think that they're going to hang out right where they're at with Jonah. I really do. I really think they're going to hang out right where they are at with Jonah. We'll see what happens, but I think that's the plan. We'll see. Maybe, Philip. Luis Robert, it could be new scenery. Here's my thing. Are you going to take that risk? Right? Do you want to take that risk with prospects that, he just needs to change the scenery? Look, I'm not saying that that's not a real thing, so don't take it the wrong way. I think, though, what I would say is a rebuttal is, are the Rangers in a position where you could risk that? I would say no. You don't want to give up prospects for Luis Robert, and he comes to Arlington and does the exact same thing. I think then everybody's saying, dude, why'd you go out and get a 185 hitter? But that being said, that happens. Like, look at Arozarena. He didn't kill it with the Mariners, but he did go to Seattle, and it felt like a few games. He definitely had a nice little beginning there. I don't know what he's doing anymore, but Ultramodern, I was hoping to. Honestly, y'all, I know I didn't announce the end of the game. I just skipped right over it. So, yeah, I know a couple people were wondering if I saw the ending. Yes, I did. I chose not to broadcast it. I chose to skip over it. But back to Jonah Heim. I think the Rangers are going to stay right where they're at with Jonah Heim. I do not see them giving him a big contract. They've got guys in the minors who are going to be able to come up and make a difference catching-wise. I don't think that they're going to give Jonah some fatty contract. I think they're probably going to ride out arbitration with him. I doubt that they give Jonah some big-time deal. At least the Stros lost, if that's right. At least we got the Stros losing, right? It's 2-2 right now. Let me refresh, though. Okay, bottom of the ninth. Let me get off of Baseball Savant. They don't always have the quickest updates. Okay, so yes, we have a number of scores final at this point. Seattle, by the way, losing 1-0 to the White Sox. There you go, Chicago. Let's go. Come on, White Sox. Yes, 5-2 loss with Texas, 3-2 loss Houston against Tampa Bay. Yep, I'll take that. At least Houston loses, man. We will take that. We'll take that all day long. Where are we at? We're coming right up on the hour mark almost. We've been doing well. Beck for Simi, Duran, and Dylan Dreeling. I don't know if I'm saying that right, y'all. I don't have all the minor league guys' names pronounced perfectly. But look, I think any trade involving Marcus Semien, you're going to have to kick in crazy prospects. I don't think that that's good enough, Pat. Pat, I don't think that any team is going to take on that Semien contract unless you're giving up some better prospects than that. I mean, look, those are some decent players, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think you would have to throw in probably Osuna for Colorado to even think about taking on Marcus Semien's contract. Hard Chuck, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to take that contract on unless you're giving up top prospects. Like if you throw in Semien and Osuna and Rosario, now you're talking. Now you're talking maybe a team is interested in taking on most of the contract. Maybe not even all. We're probably still at most of the contract. And then maybe you're getting a decent player back in return, either a major leaguer or you're getting a minor league high prospect back. I feel like, look, it's definitely not likely Marcus Semien's going anywhere, much to the chagrin of some Rangers fans. I think Semi's going to be around for a while. I don't think it's a hot take, by the way, Chase. I don't think it's a hot take to say Heim is one of the better hitters right now. Can we say this? If we want to stay away from hot takes at all, which you guys know me, I'm not one to shy away from a hot take, but Heim, probably one of the most consistent hitters we have right now. I mean, I feel like more often than not, when you look at Heim in the box score, he's 1 for 4, maybe with a walk if he gets a fifth at bat. I just feel like you can count on him to at least have a hit. I mean, there are games where he goes hitless, but I've said this for so long with Jonah Heim going back to last year. You remember last year, Jonah Heim had a lot of trouble and was really struggling, hitting in the 220s. And all I kept saying is, can we just get like 250 out of Jonah Heim? 250, maybe a walk here and there. That's all you need from Jonah Heim at the bottom of the order. You don't need Jonah to be 300 hitter. I mean, maybe you do right now because of how bad the rest of the lineup is, but typically you need him to just be solid number 7, number 8 hitter hitting 250. I don't know. Look, I think at this point, we're talking about trades right now. I think at this point, what you got going on with Marcus Semien is you're living with the contract until 2028. Maybe there's a team that takes him in his contract year. So maybe there's a team in July that's willing to take on Marcus Semien when he's about to become a free agent. Yeah, we know he's making $12 million, but we'll take him. That's assuming he's still like a viable player at that point, which who knows? Guys, I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that anybody's taking Marcus Semien. And I'm going to say this one more time. I don't want to repeat. I know I've already explained it, but if you DFA Marcus, he's going to clear waivers because nobody's going to want to take the contract. That's how it works, right? If you go pick up Marcus Semien on waivers, you're paying the contract. So nobody's going to claim him. He's not going to accept the assignment to AAA. He's going to declare free agency. And when he gets to declare free agency, he still gets to keep the money from Texas. Then he can go sign a new contract with any other team that wants him. He could sign a league minimum deal. You don't want that. You don't want Marcus Semien going to another team and making league minimum while you pay him $25 million a year for 3 more years. Seager, by the way, we were talking about Semien, CC. Seager, I think, is going to be back next week at some point. I haven't heard any definitives, but that was the last timetable I heard. I think when we get back home, the next homestand is kind of the, in general, prediction there, the homestand. We'll see what happens. Look, Bochy was going at it with that man. He came out of the dugout, dude was pissed. And he had a right to be. That was a strike to judge that got called the ball, painted on the black, man. Yep, Corey Seager, we need him back, Gio. We really do. We need Corey Seager back. 100% need that dude back. Absolutely. I don't know if anybody's interested right now in Marcus Semien. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in some of these front offices, man. I don't think anybody is. Hey, Sam, appreciate you, buddy. Look, I don't know if there is a great way beyond the link. I was talking actually with Pat about this, who's also hanging out right now. And we were trying to figure this out. If you're on YouTube, how do you join and become a member? Yeah, I think, Pat, you're right on this one. I think you got to copy that link, Sam, and you got to use it afterwards. If not, Sam, if you got TikTok and you want to hop over and sub that way, you just tap that subscribe button right next to the chat. If you don't have TikTok or don't want to get on it, just try that link, man. And I can probably... I wish YouTube had direct messaging. It doesn't, because I would totally hook you up after the live. But let me know if that link works. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a pain. I keep bugging YouTube. I put in a couple of times. Can we get a join button like right on the live feed to make it easy for people? Like, you would think that would make sense. But look, I appreciate the extra mile, my friend. I appreciate the extra mile. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much for considering it, being willing to do it, and supporting the show, brother. Really, really grateful for that. Thank you. We keep going, y'all. Front offices do make bad moves all the time, Hard Chuck, but this would be a doozy. You go get Marcus Semien. You go trade for Marcus Semien right now. That would be quite the doozy of a move. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of teams touching Marcus. It doesn't look good right now up at the plate, right? It just doesn't look good. Sam Haggerty, moving him up. I just think at this point, they like having that, second leadoff guy. And I actually don't mind the strategy. Josh Smith is cooling a little bit right now, guys. It's not crazy. There's no Josh Smith hate going on right now, but he's cooled a little bit. He's hitting 285 right now. OPS is falling back down to earth a little bit. And let me read you the last 7 games for Josh Smith. And look, Josh Him Smith, right? That's how we refer to him. You guys know I'm a big fan of Josh, but we got to speak the truth into existence. We got to inject some truth serum here. Josh is slugging 154, has a 154 average as well over his last 7 games. He's 4 for his last 26. Josh Smith is not going awesome right now. Hard to blame him because the rest of the offense is pretty much doo-doo at this point too, but last 7 games, 154 average. And the OPS is a robust 361. That's not good for your leadoff hitter, right? You've got to have that leadoff hitter getting on base. And he's not doing that right now. OBP is at 207. So it's not even like Josh Smith is taking a ton of walks right now. So from that perspective, Gio, from that perspective, you might be onto something, but I think that they're going to stick with Josh Smith hitting leadoff. I really do. Recall Harris, put Haggerty at second base. Y'all, I just don't think they're going to do it. I do not think that they are going to bench Marcus Semien. Maybe for a game or two. Dolly has a lot better shot at getting a more permanent benching than Marcus Semien. You're too invested in Semien. You're too invested. It's just not going to work. My Houston hate watch worked. Chase, you're the real MVP. You're the real MVP. I do that all the time. I'll hop on MLB TV, go watch the Astros game, and I will cheer so hard like I'm cheering for the Rangers almost for any team playing against Houston. Absolutely. Y'all, I was working overtime the past 2 days going at it with the Houston Trolls. I posted a couple of videos. I posted a video about Sunday's game, the bad call that ended up being a reason the Rangers lost. I was going at it with some Houston Astros trolls, y'all. I was. Some of y'all were backing me up, were helping me out. I appreciate it. I was going at it with some of them. For real. My goodness. We keep going, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Sorry if I got a little bit of an unstable connection right now. I'm going to cool things off on the YouTube side. I got a lot of different stuff going right now, but we're going to try and get things under control. Appreciate all y'all hanging. If Semien was hitting lower in the order, I do agree that would definitely be more ideal. If you just had Marcus Semien hitting a little bit lower in the order, that would sure back. Are we back? Did we make it back? Y'all, I'm sorry. I think my son must be doing a bunch of streaming right now or something's throwing this connection off. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on right now, but I apologize. Y'all know that doesn't happen very often. I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry. Y'all know that doesn't happen too often. Like I said, there must be some major streaming going on in the house right now. Tucker for Semien straight up. Hard Chuck, we need comedy like that right now. Hey, Shane. Appreciate the sub, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Shane, DM me immediately after the show, my guy. DM me immediately after the show, and I'll get you in the Discord. All right? Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. That means a ton. Super appreciate the generosity. Thanks, my guy. DM me. TikTok's weird with the DMs if you're not like following each other. So send me a DM, man. I'll get you in the Discord 100%. Appreciate you a lot. Can't say thank you enough. You're definitely going to enjoy. We got a great group going in the Discord. Awesome group. All y'all that have joined already, you're the real ones. Appreciate you. And like I said, everybody else who's hanging out, the support, any support you're willing to give, just watching the show. That works for me, but you want to take it a step further like Shane just did, you got to know I'm more than grateful. Hey, Chase, graduating college? Yes, sir. Love it, man. Congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment, buddy. Huge accomplishment. Hopefully the Rangers can go on like a 7-game heater for you just to help you celebrate it. That would be sick, man. Hey, congratulations, though. Huge accomplishment. What is this TikTok? Sounds like Gen Z nonsense. Some people, I don't know. Look, everybody's got their preferences. I know a bunch of y'all much prefer YouTube to TikTok. Some of y'all on TikTok are probably like, YouTube? What? Live? Nah, TikTok. I got to admit, I'm on TikTok more for the lives, I feel like. I don't know. It's whatever, y'all. Y'all know I'm on everything. I have there's no partiality to any app. I just post about everything, and whoever wants to go ahead and join can join. Hard Chuck, Pat, Hard Chuck calls YouTube Boomer Tube. It's great. Y'all are awesome. We need some laughs. After tonight's game, we need some laughs to lighten this up, man. I'm telling y'all. Y'all think I'm playing when I say that this is like therapy? It is. We need this. All right. Hey, tomorrow, real quick, let's do a little preview of the game. I'm like nervous right now, y'all, because the connection is going pretty solid, but I'm like, I don't want to ruin this. I'm going to like very hesitantly try and pull this up right now. Like I said, there must be some mad streaming going on in the house right now, but we're going to try and pull this up. All right. So MLB.com, and let's check out the lineup preview for tomorrow's game. So we've got DeGrom on the bump. I don't know how much he's going to have in terms of numbers against the Yankees. National League guy, hasn't pitched a ton in a Rangers uniform. So Bellinger is hitting 188 career off DeGrom with a home run. So that's like 2 hits. Goldschmidt is 1 for 8. Judge is 1 for 5. LeMahieu is like 2 for 19. Peraza is 0 for 1. So not a lot of sample size against DeGrom. On the other side, Yarborough, lefty starter. I don't love the lefty lineup, y'all. I just don't love our lefty lineup. You know, you got a bunch of guys hitting in weird spots. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Hopefully they move Berger up. Berger 2 for 5 off Yarborough. Duran 0 for 4. Garcia 2 for 8 with the home run. Heim 1 for 4 with the home run. There's your boy, JK. There's your boy Heim right there. 1 for 4 with the bomb off Yarborough. We'll take it. Higgy 2 for 9. Josh Young 1 for 2. Wyatt Langford 1 for 2. Jock Peterson probably won't be starting tomorrow, 0 for 3. Kevin Pillar, kind of our lefty, our guy who starts against lefties in the outfield. He's hitting like 2 for 19. That ain't going to play. Marcus Semien, 1 home run off Yarborough, and then 261 average in 23 at-bats. And there you have it. Love DeGrom starting tomorrow. Feel really good about the opportunities. Hey, Sam, thank you for the membership, man. Thank you. Wait, we got 1 subscriber on TikTok. We got 1 on YouTube. We're cooking tonight. We love it. Thank you all y'all for the generosity, man. Sam, you're the man. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. Very, very grateful. Let's see. We got to figure out a way for me to get you this Discord info. I'm trying to think what the best way to do it is so I can get you the information. If you've got another social, if you're on like Instagram, Facebook, anyone like that, even X, whatever it is, send me a DM so I can get you that link and I can get you the information. I don't mean to cause you more trouble. It's really, I promise, not our fault. YouTube makes it about as difficult as possible. We'll figure it out. Hang out and we'll get it accomplished. No doubt, man. Why do I think we lost the game tonight? Bad offense. I'm going to say this about Nathan Eovaldi as a Yankee fan. He was garbage, so you might have had a good... I would say the Yankees gave up on Nate Eovaldi way too early. Evo was like 40. He was drafted in 11, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think Evo was drafted in 11. Yankees had him in 15 and 16. Look, I think that they gave up on him a little too soon. I think they did. They gave up on him a little bit too soon. Appreciate the comment, but I disagree. Look, Texas definitely has given up on some players too soon, 100%. But Evo, I got to say, he was given up on too soon by the Yankees. Sam, best I can do for you without getting spammed out if I put my phone on here, but let me give you an email. Surely you got an email, my friend. I don't mean to make this crazy, but send me an email. I'll put my email in there. Send me that email. Probably get a bunch of trolls spamming me anyways, but that's how it goes. Anytime you put your email out there, it's just how it happens. But shoot me an email, brother. That would be great. And then I can get you hooked up. Don't mean to make it complicated, but I appreciate the time. YouTube's got to get us some direct messaging going on. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, just Austin at rightonrangers.com. You got it. All right, y'all. I got to go ahead and take off. I know some of y'all are just getting here. We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes already. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Appreciate. Thank you so much for the gift, man. Means a whole lot. Y'all are super generous. If you've liked, if you've commented, if you've been watching the entire show, if you've shared, if you followed, if you subscribed, all that stuff, you just got to know I'm super grateful for that. It means a ton. Hey, with the roses, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Support means a lot. Do I have stronger players? Yeah, we do. We definitely have like a cavalry coming with Seager and all that. I love it. But it's gonna be interesting. I don't think that the Rangers are just like a Corey Seager away, and that is maybe a crazy statement to some of y'all. I think the Rangers have got to add more than just Corey Seager coming back. Seager's awesome. He's gonna help, but they need somebody else. What would I be willing to give up for Harper? Well, I love Bryce Harper. So, I mean, full disclosure, I'm biased. I'm a big Harp fan. I know he's struggling a little bit this year. I think you might be able to do something like Osuna. Maybe in Osuna. Hey, Harris, appreciate the gift. Osuna, Rosario feels like you might be able to throw in a MLB player or two in there and get Harper. I don't know. I don't think Harper wants to leave, though. Yeah, you would have to get creative. You'd have to go high-level prospect. I don't think you'd have to give up Walcott, and you wouldn't give up Walcott anyways. But I think you could do Osuna, major league player or two, and probably get him. They do want to trade him? That would be wild. If they could get him, I would love that. I'm very, very high on Bryce Harper, though, so full disclosure, I'm a little biased. Harris, appreciate that again. Thank you so much for the gift. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're awesome, brother. Thank you so much. They want Skeens? Who doesn't want Skeens? You're going to have to trade an arm and a leg, your whole body to get Paul Skeens at this point. Hey, C. McGee, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for following. Thank you so much. Skeens does need to be traded. I'm with you. He needs to go somewhere where they're actually going to try and win around him. You know CY would love to give Paul Skeens. I mean, I don't know what you'd have to give up in our system, but you would love to give Paul Skeens. Can you imagine in a world where we've got, DeGrom? I mean, maybe you can keep Malley, DeGrom, Evo, Paul Skeens. Woo! Gave me chills thinking about it. If you get Harper, I do think that it takes this team to a new level. We'll see. I do think, here's what I'll end the show with, guys. Here's what I'm going to end with tonight. CY is a former pitcher. I've said this a bunch. Former pitcher in the big leagues. The dude knows what it's like to go pitch your butt off and then to have your offense give you 0 run support. He understands we are on a clock. We're on a timer here with DeGrom and with Evo. We've got probably 2 or 3 more elite years left out of those guys. You cannot even waste this year. So I do think from that perspective, you are going to see CY get a little aggressive. We're hanging around 500. We're not out of it. There's still time to recover. There's still time to have a really high-quality season. I don't think Chris Young is going to waste even 1 year of Jacob deGrom or Nate Eovaldi. I don't think so. I think he is going to make something happen. Maybe this is my hot take for the night. I cannot see him sitting back and doing nothing. I definitely cannot see the same result as what we got last summer, adding Carson Kelly. It's going to be more than that. Do we want to go get Devers, Pat? I think Devers is a little polarizing, but look, I'm desperate right now. Give me Rafael Devers. Give me Bryce Harper. I'll take anybody at this point, but I think it's got to be a big name. Like not struggling mid-name. I think you got to go get a little splashy here. Maybe you give up some prospects for it. But you know what? You've got to maximize this window. By the time those prospects are ready to hit Walcott, Osuna, I'm sorry. That's kind of when you're retooling a little bit, Sam, to use your expression. Right now, you've got a 2 or 3 year window to maximize DeGrom and Evo, the best 1-2 punch in baseball. You've got a 2 to 3 year window to maximize. You've got to go out and make something happen if you're CY. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off the live for the night. We've been going long enough. Tough night. Rangers lose 5-2. Make it respectable at the end, thanks to a Jonah Heim home run. We got a troubling middle of the order. Adolis Garcia, Marcus Semien. A lot of Rangers fans concerned, myself included. Josh Smith in a little bit of a slump. Corey Seager still missing in action. The Rangers definitely have a little pick-me-up coming up this weekend playing the White Sox, but you'd like to see them get out of New York with 2 out of 3, especially with your best 2 pitchers playing tomorrow and on Thursday. Look, DeGrom, great start. Claw across a few runs, get the win. Do the same thing with Evo. Get on a flight to Chicago. Ready? Break. All right, y'all. Hey, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. I really do mean that. Appreciate the support. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully better circumstances. Oh, full disclosure on tomorrow. It's going to be a late night live. So if you are like usually in bed around 11 o'clock, it's going to be a late night live tomorrow. So I want to throw that out there. I've got a few things going on for work tomorrow evening. I do think I'm going to try and hop on afterwards. I'll keep y'all posted on socials. But full disclosure, I don't think I'm going to be on right after the game tomorrow. Got a few things going on, prior obligations. So I hate to do that in a Jacob deGrom start. I don't like missing Jacob deGrom starts. It's a treat watching him pitch every time, but just FYI, I'll try and keep y'all posted, but it'll probably be 11:15 Central Time. So you want to watch something before you go to bed, there you go. But I understand if you can't make it, catch us on the replay, but it'll be a little later tomorrow night. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.